So we have all the bolts removed all around, the 14s, the 12s all down at the bottom. There's 110 in the middle down here, 114 in the middle right here. So, right here, sorry. 114 in the middle here, 110 in the middle here. We got everything removed. So now we're ready to break this side shield loose, side cover. And see, we've got a little bit of metal right here for the cover that overlaps the head. So we're gonna use that little bit of lip right there and tap gently until we start having some separation. We've got some separation here. There's also another point right down here, same thing. You can either get this in here and pry, and hammer down. Don't do too much. Now we got it broke loose. So that should be pretty broke loose on this side, yep. So I'm good and broke loose there. Now I gotta try to get the other side. And the other side's not as easy because you really don't have access to it, so. Sure. There we go. And here goes the side case. Right here. Try to be easy on it. There we go. And the side's off. Now you can see bring y'all around. So that way you can see all the timing. There we go. So there's your timing chain, all that good stuff. Got the side of the motor off, which is good. So now we'll be able to drop the bottom half off, so everything's out of our way. All right, so the side cover's off. We're back underneath here again. And we're finally getting ready to drop this bottom half. This is just loosely sitting up here, so it's not bolted in. I just got it resting in the top bolts for the top half of the motor. So it should just slide right past that. If I got to, I'll lift that back up. But what we're gonna do now is break loose all these 12 millimeters. So that's all I did was come through here and break all of these, wherever my stuff went. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 right here for this oil pump. Definitely try to use an impact so we don't spin it or anything. We won't need to. There we go. That popped right off. There we go. Okay. I'll let this gear just hang. And we'll put the nut back on. Oil pump. Okay, so now we've got the oil pump released. You can start seeing the rod bearings and crank bearings up in here. We'll continue to remove the rest of these. We've got some up top here. Here. We got one. We're gonna have to remove these two and get that one, this one. Same thing on this back side. Should be able to get this one though. we're gonna do now is start working on these so we can drop this whole section down. All right, we're getting ready to crack this thing loose. I thought I had all the bolts out. Turns out the oil filter right here, there was this piece. Where did it go? Right here. I had to take out, well, the oil filter came out, and then this was up in here like that. So I took that piece out, and then behind that was a 12 hiding up there in the oil filter. There was another 12 there, and then on this side there was another 12 right up there. You can't see it because I ain't got hardly any light. Let's see. Yep, you can see that 12 right there. I got it loose, but it's just not falling. But yeah, now you can see the case is actually separated now. I was wondering why the case wouldn't separate. I started to pry on it a little bit off camera and it won't budging. So I started hunting a little bit and I found 2 more 12s hidden right there. So take those 2 12s out and that case is broken. We're gonna go ahead and start lowering it down. There we go. She's free. Kind of got it down while it falls slowly. And there we go. Bottom half separated. It's a lot lighter than I was expecting it to be. Just cast aluminum. Well, you can see everything clear as day now. We had to get that whole bottom section off so we could get to these, but you can definitely do it in the vehicle. At least you can get to them in the vehicle. We had to move quite a bit of stuff out of the way, but we got to it and we haven't had to pull the motor or even undo the timing because that's just a separate oil chain separate from the timing chain on the front side. So we've got our rod bearings here, 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 and here. And crank bearings here, 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 focus, and here. I ordered both sets. Hopefully I'll be able to get access to those crank bearings just by spinning it. Maybe take those off and spin it around and see if I can't get to the crank bearings. See if I can get it to dangle just a little bit so I can put new ones in there. But the main thing is the rod bearings. That's the whole reason we were doing it, for rod bearings. I'm pretty sure I've got some slack. Look at that. Hear it? That's got some slack too. Let's see here. That's got slack. Every last one of them's got slack. That one's got quite a bit. Yep. So, definitely say that's my issue. Crank feels okay. Well, all right, let's get to changing rod bearings. All right, we're back up underneath the car. And we're ready to start changing out these rod bearings. I've got the crank turned in a position where I can actually access all 4 of these rod bearing caps all at one time. I've already checked with my impact and extension. It's going to be a 12 millimeter, 12 point. And I can get to all these with my impact to break these loose. I'm just showing y'all all the different ones. This is the most difficult, but I got it on a nice little swivel socket right here, and I got plenty of room. So I do need to grab a pick so that way I can pick these bearings out, because the caps should come down and I should be able to push the piston up just a little bit to get the upper rod bearing out, and we'll check the scoring on them. Also, we'll check and see if we need to sand any surfaces to clean anything up before we install the new bearings. But the main thing is right now is we've got the crank in a good position where we can access all of them. We're only going to do one at a time because we don't want to mix any of these bearing caps up. So they've got a little mark right here. I know y'all probably can't see it that great, but if you go to do this job and you see the rod bearing caps, they actually have a mark, like a little nipple on it, and that points towards the timing chain. So you don't get it confused and twist it the wrong way, because you can twist it the wrong way. That little nipple right here goes towards the timing chain. That's very important. But we're only going to do one at a time, so we'll have other reference points to know that we did it right. Because if this one don't look the same as this one when we go to do it, then we'll know we messed up. But that's the way I like to do it. Get them all in a good position, do one at a time. That way you don't mess anything up. All right, I just wanted to take a second and show these rod bearings. Let's see, let me grab this light down real quick. That way we can show the scoring a lot better. So you can see these things are completely chewed up. I mean, it didn't spin a rod bearing, thank God. It wasn't driven super long with the knob. At least I haven't gotten to the rest. I haven't seen a spun bearing or a bunch of metal material, but they were definitely chewed up. That is for sure. That's tons of scarring. The other one's the same. This was the top one, but just chewed. If it'll focus. There we go. I mean, they were just chewed up. So the surface of the crank actually doesn't look the worst. So hopefully I can get by with just lightly sanding that and polishing it off and making it look nice, but we're gonna keep evaluating it just a little bit more. I've still got to break the new bearings out of the box and all that stuff, but yeah, that's definitely gonna cause some engine noise and rod knock right there. So good thing we found it before it was too bad or too far gone, before it was unsavable. It's good news.